Alright guys, so finally back right now. Today is actually a big day. We have the Google event today. I just decided to vlog today. I never really vlog any other Google events, but this is the first time I wanted to like vlog the whole experience. So what I'm really looking forward to is like seeing how everything is set up, meeting all my creative friends that are there, and yeah, Uber there, and we'll see what Google has in store for us today.
So much about life. How's it going, man?
Good.
It's been like 2 years, I feel. Oh,
Hey.
you're just like balling, going from car to car, watch to watch.
Let's try to be like you know? Let's try to be
I know
like
what are you
you.
talking about. I just have a Tesla. I'm still on the Tesla.
But you've been traveling too.
Yeah, but not like you. Not like you. Is
Very
this a
good,
day in
yeah.
the life or something? What are you
Yeah,
doing here?
I'm doing like a week in the life with a picture.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I like your videos.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of.
Hey, you guys heard it here first.
I'm not just saying this for the vlog. You're one of the people that I actually watch fairly consistently.
Yeah?
I feel like there's very few. Well, I think YouTube is bad at this now. Of like, serve me all this person's videos.
Yeah.
I like this. It's like you're.
I try my best to make it more fun and just
Yeah.
like personal, but same time provide some value, you know?
I just wish you posted more.
Yeah,
I wish
I'm
everybody
trying.
posted more.
It's hard.
I think
You know
it's
it.
so late. I know, but it.
Some people don't realize, but I've been doing this for 10 years.
Oh yeah.
You know?
But it is interesting if you forced yourself. Like I'm gonna do. How many do you do? One a week right now?
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, one a week. And sometimes I feel like I'm probably working with too much brands right now. It takes so long to get
Yeah.
approved.
Yeah.
And then
But that's why you do 2 a week, and one is just for fun,
Fun, yeah.
and you just like casual, like, hey, what's up, guys? Like, I'm doing this, whatever.
I love Maddie.
Okay,
Man.
yeah.
He's always giving me advice. I remember everything he told me like 2 years ago when I saw you the first
yeah.
time. Alright y'all, so Google Pixel launch event was pretty interesting. Now, I know a lot of people online are calling it cringy, saying Jimmy Fallon's hosting was over the top, especially that whole IP68 moment. Honestly, I actually loved it. Sure, it wasn't your typical spec-heavy keynote, but it was fun. It was interactive in a way that made tech feel accessible. Now, for me personally, getting hands-on with the Pixel 10 Pro, the new foldable, and all the other accessories before the official launch was incredible. So, I already know what you guys thinking. This box is looking absolutely crazy. Now, it's been a while since Google sent this over. I think it's been about 4 days now, but it has been delayed and I couldn't find it. The thing is, as some of you guys may know, my family has been here for the past couple of weeks. So there've been a lot of packages coming in, and yeah, this one got mixed up. My sister opened it, but I actually didn't see what's inside. They just said they're gonna send out some stuff for me. I'm not 100% sure what they sent, so I'm excited to see what's inside. Hopefully we get the Moonstone colorway or Obsidian. They had this new jade color that I personally didn't really like. I seen it at the event, so I'm just hoping for the best right now. By the way, guys, I already know what you're saying, Shevon. This is your 12 switching video. Listen, it's just something I do for content here on the channel. It's tradition at this point. I switch over to the phones. If you guys could not probably tell by now, technology advances, it changes a lot. My main device, as everybody knows, is always my Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. I'm just kidding. But my main device recently is my iPhone 16 Pro, and I've been using this phone a lot. But to me, Google Pixel is like the Apple of Android devices. So I'm actually genuinely excited to see what's inside this box right here. We're gonna unbox it, and then today we'll do the final switch over. And usually when I do these switches, it could last for over a month. By the way, I'm not sure where you guys heard this from, but whenever I do my Pixel day in the life or any day in the life video, it's never a paid video when I do these switching or day in the life videos. The only one I did recently that was paid was from Oppo, and yeah, that's it. Everything else is free, is my own idea, my own thoughts. Maybe they just send the device over for review. And so far, this seems as if I got the jade finish. Oh, so this, let's see. So we got everything basically in jade. This right here is the new Google Pixel Snap. So as you can see, Google Pixel Snap charger with stand. This looks really sick though. Then also we have the new Google Pixel Buds 2 Pro which also looks really, really nice, guys. And then we also have the Google Pixel Pro XL Jade case, Team Pixel. And last but not least, the Google Pixel Pro XL in the Jade colorway. All right, so we got the Jade one. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I really liked the Jade finish. Personally, there are 4 different colorways. I think Obsidian, Moonstone, Porcelain, then the Jade finish. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. I didn't tell Google specifically what color I needed. I think we're gonna rock out with this Jade one. This is gonna be my new phone. We're gonna make it look good. We're gonna flaunt it and enjoy this mintish, greenish device. So let's unbox it and actually see what it looks like in the light. And maybe it will sway me, maybe it will change my mind, and maybe I end up liking this finish. All right, so here it is. The package didn't really change much, if at all, from last year. And this is where you just rip it. As usual, nothing really changed, to be honest. And we just slide the phone right out. So I'm actually struggling out here. Okay, so we do have a little emboss feeling going on right here, but so far this is feeling real nice. Good packaging so far. Oh, it's way lighter than I thought, I think. This looks really good. Okay, now we're talking. It's still on this paper plastic right here, but so far this is looking really clean, man. Inside, of course, we get USB Type-C to Type-C charging cable, and literally that's about it. We also have some instruction manuals on this side, which is probably straightforward. I haven't read an instruction manual since I was probably 13. Put that all over to the side, and let's look at the main attraction today. This is looking sexy. Go ahead and pull this pull tab off. My bad, Jade. Oh my God. The Jade looks absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so we are making some progress toward the switch, guys. The phone is up and running. I just quickly wanted to put this case on real quick just to see what it looks like. And then we also have the Pixel Buds, which I'll try in another video, maybe the day in the life video. Okay, so this is almost like a Apple silicone case, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. But it even has the same texture inside too. But you can see all of them now has that Pixel Snap magnet inside. So this is the first Google phone ever, and I think the second Android device ever to feature magnets inside that would eventually work with Apple MagSafe stuff as well. But for example, we have an Apple magnetic leather case, and as you can see, it snaps right in. So you could put any Apple accessory on here and it should work, which is pretty crazy. Here we go again, another case. But let's put the case on. Very, very clean. I'm actually gonna switch out my current charger right here from OnePlus, if you guys can see it. I'm gonna switch it out to this, the Google Pixel Snap. So it's literally just a puck. It's literally just a puck. We're gonna plug this in right here and see what it looks like. Wow, it's working now. Let's see if the iPhone works too. Yo, nah, Google done did it, bro. It's literally MagSafe on a Google phone. All right, guys, so I'm not gonna lie, it's currently 8:13 and my Pixel 10 Pro XL is still installing the software update. So I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna call it a night tonight, let this thing install, and then I'll catch you guys tomorrow when everything is set up and ready to go. All right, guys, it's the next day. Finally, I think my Pixel has been updated, all set. You're ready to start using your device. Now we have to do the honors of setting up my SIM card. Slide it in there. All right, guys, finally, we have everything set up on the Pixel 10 Pro XL. Of course, we're rocking the Sway wallpaper pack to match the Jade. So one thing I recognize is on the early jump, we can see that it says, welcome to your new Pixel. Tap for some tips. So I was pretty interested to see what type of tips they're gonna give us. So as you can see, it gives us like tips that has been tailored for my Pixel. So you can see new Pixel stuff, switching to Pixel, which is important. You have camera prompts, how to use Gemini, the basics. The fact that it gives us a bunch of information to help us whenever we make that new switch. Thankfully, this is not my first rodeo, so I have full knowledge on how these Pixel devices work. But speaking about new features and tips and tricks, let's actually jump into some of my favorite features and things that are new right here with the Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. All right, so here we are with the Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and first thing first, it almost looks identical to the Pixel 9 Pro XL, which I sadly lost in the airplane, so RIP to the 9 Pro XL, but Google didn't really mess with the design much, which I honestly respect. When something works, why change it, you know? But don't let the looks fool you, because what's inside is where Google went absolutely crazy. So first off, we have the Tensor G5 chip, the heart of everything on the Pixel 10 Pro XL, and it's their biggest upgrade yet. Now, I know what you're thinking, Shevon, you always talk about how smooth the iPhones are. Well, Google claims this new chip is 34% faster than last year's G4 chip. AI tasks are also 60% faster, and that's huge because they're running their newest Gemini Nano model right on the device, which means a lot of smart stuff happen without needing to run on an internet connection. So the fact that they're running this thing locally is beyond me. So let's talk about what this phone is packing. We've got 16 gigs of RAM. For reference, my iPhone has 8 gigs of RAM, so that's double the RAM, which should mean this could handle way more when it comes to multitasking without breaking a sweat. I will put this to the test though, so don't worry, for the day in the life, I will be testing this for sure. The battery is also massive, 5200 milliamp hour. My iPhone 16 Pro has around 3500 milliamp hour. So yes, again, we're looking at significantly more power in terms of juice here. Plus, they've also got 45 watt wired charging, and here's something cool, 25 watt wireless charging with their new Pixel Snap system, which I showed you guys last night. So if you guys remember, this product right here is the old Apple MagSafe wireless charger. It even uses lightning adapter, that's how old it is. And this is the Pixel 10 Pro XL. I know this probably deserved jail time, but if you snap it to the back, as you can see, the Pixel 10 Pro XL starts charging. That's just some food for thought. It does work with it, so go out and try it yourself and, you know, take pictures. It's actually just pretty funny to me that it works so flawlessly. So I know you guys see that big ass visor right here, and this is where all the camera stuff lives, all right? So we still have that 50 megapixel main, 48 megapixel ultra wide, and 48 megapixel telephoto with the 5x optical zoom and a 42 megapixel selfie camera. But here's where the Tensor G5 shines, because Google now allows us to take 100x ProRes zoom pictures, which basically uses AI to extend the zoom range to 100 times while keeping crazy detail. But as I said before, we're gonna go outside, test all these features, and show you what the G5 Tensor chip really does in the flesh. All right, so the fact that we're 3 levels downstairs, you can see LTE is still working. Let me go on Instagram to see if I could actually load anything, because this is usually my ultimate test to see if the cellular data is good. The only phone that really worked down in P3 so far has been Samsung devices. As you can see, it's not loading. Nah, no luck. But every year, it keeps getting a little bit better. We finally made it to busy downtown Toronto, starting to test out these cameras, and right away we had an issue. The issue was I felt like I had to be downloading every single feature with the Google Pixel. Maybe it's because it's new, but I thought it was kind of annoying. So I was trying to get the ProRes zoom, so we have to go ahead and download it real quick, which I don't think it will take some time, but that's actually funny. So if you look right here, it uses generative AI to enhance the image quality. So it's a 1 gig, might take some time. So in the meantime, while that's downloading, let's go ahead and flick some images around the downtown area of Toronto. So this is 50 megapixel high res, and this is a 12 megapixel. And if you're zooming in, like that's the max you could zoom in, and I can't make out like what's on the sign all the way down here. Now if I go to the 50 megapixel picture, I could zoom in all the way. We have more pixels to play with, and I could make out that it says Range Rover Sport. Now, the issue is when you're using 50 megapixel versus 12 megapixel, obviously the 50 megapixel takes up way more storage. So you have to weigh that option to see what you really want out of these images. Just posting on social media like Instagram, Twitter, whatever. 12 megapixel is fine, but I guess if you're trying to blow up some images, then you'd want to go for 50 megapixel. Another issue we have is that if we switch to 50 and, for example, just take a random pic, it takes some time to load the image. So as you can see, processing, and then boom, it's finally ready. So if you're in a pinch and you need to just shoot on the go, 12 megapixels is the way to go. But if you want to get the best images, 50 megapixel raw, then that's where the Pixel 10 Pro XL is gonna shine.
I literally watch you all the time.
Yeah.
You inspire me so much.
Thank you for,
Yeah.
so we're filming a video right now too. So you wanna be in it?
Sure.
Yeah. Go say hi.
Hi guys, I'm Ishi. So
I'm her biggest fan.
yes, biggest fan in Toronto.
You love to see it, man. Always running into the beautiful supporters in the 6. This is what it's all about, man. So finally it downloaded. It didn't take too long, to be honest. But now you can see we're maxed out at 10. Bro, I could already see it without it going to 100x. But let's go. All the way to 100x. This is what years of Call of Duty do to you guys. Processing ProRes zoom. Boom. Yo. Now let's try the iPhone. It's clearly AI, bro. Look at this. Look at this. But because Google has so much data,
They know what it's supposed
they know what it's supposed to look like. So let's try the iPhone. All right, so 5x, and the max it goes is to 25x. Obviously, I'm not gonna stay here and act like I can't see what it says. If I zoom into the iPhone, still could make it out clearly, but compared to the Pixel, like you could really see what it's saying for sure. All right, this is gonna be interesting. Let's see if it pulls up this plate, bro. If it pulls up this plate, this is ridiculous. Oh my God. I don't think that's the real, let me show you guys how far this is away. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, this 100 zoom is ridiculous. You don't need it, bro. All right, I see some signs. It should have some data on it. Yeah, there's no way. As you can see, yes, the AI does its best to lift up some of the text and save the images and save some details, but sometimes it struggles with smaller text, and then again, it's basically a telescope lens. I also tried in this scenario when I was all the way up here on the mountaintop from a really nice lookout at Evergreen Brickworks. I tried to zoom in into the cars. As you can see, it's normally a Jeep and a Honda Civic beside of it, and when you zoom all the way to 100x zoom, you can't really make out what it is. You probably know it's a car, but then the AI does its magic and generates an image that it thinks it's supposed to look like. Also, there's a new feature called Camera Coach that basically uses AI again to preview your scene and give you detailed recommendations about the scene. For example, here on the sidewalk, it was telling me to readjust to get rid of people's shadows and try to capture them mid-stride, which is something I actually do a lot. Next, we tested it out for portraits. It was giving me positioning tips, telling me to look into the distance, which I can actually see people probably using, but I can see where this comes in handy if you give your phone to your mom or aunt who literally has no idea how to take a very aesthetic pic. And of course, it also has the Add Me feature, which is not new. It was there from last year. If you're on a trip or something and it's just 2 of you guys and you need to have 2 of you in the images, you could just take a picture with your friend and then swap around again and then let your friend jump into that picture, and I'll demonstrate it real quick for you guys. This is hilarious. This is not how you intended to use it, but you can do fun stuff like this. So you have me looking at me. Bro, these are the little features I'm talking about that Pixel does, which just makes the phone that much more fun to use. Now, you see me rave about these cameras all throughout the video. Now it's time to compare them and see which one actually looks the best. Now, I love to do my unbiased camera comparison test, so listen up. On one side will be the iPhone, on the other side will be the Pixel 10 Pro XL. So all you have to do is just go down to the comment section, choose which one you thought was on the left and which phone you thought was on the right. All right, let's go. Here we go. So on the left side, we had the iPhone 16 Pro, and on the right side, we had the Pixel 10 Pro XL. If you got it right without cheating, let me know down below in the comments. I know this one was pretty tough, but it's all what you guys thought looked best. AI on the Google Pixel goes way beyond the cameras. It has stuff like Magic Queue, which proactively looks at all the information you have on your Google services and gives you prompts to reply to messages. For example, if somebody asks, hey, what time is your flight? It might pull up your flight information and show the exact time for the flight where you could just send off right away. And then you have Gemini Live, which is basically like having ChatGPT, but with vision. Yes, I know it's on a lot of different Android devices, but the fact that it's on here on the Pixel and it works so fast with that chip makes it even better. Hey Gemini, what building is this?
That's the CN Tower. It's one of the most famous landmarks in Toronto. Did you have any questions about its history or construction?
I was just walking with the phones and I realized like how good the Pixel 10 Pro XL feels in the hand. I would be lying if I said it doesn't feel reminiscent of the Pixel 9 Pro XL. But just the fact that these Android phones are starting to feel as premium, if not the same level as the iPhone, is really good to see, because usually in the past, that's one of the main reasons I wouldn't want to switch from an iPhone over to Android, because it felt cheaply made. And yeah, to me, that's not the issue here with the Pixel devices, especially the Pro models. They do look and feel like a premium device. All right, now for the infamous speaker test. I know this one might not be fair because I have the Pixel 10 Pro XL versus the 16 Pro. This is not the Pro Max, but based on what Google said, they improved the speakers this year. So now Pixel 10 Pro XL. The cameraman even saying, yeah, like it's not, I don't think it's a fair comparison, but the Pixel is clearly louder, it's visible. I mean, it's more audible. It's just louder, what can I say? It sounds really good though. Definitely sound like it improved upon since the last iteration. Now, where I think things start to fall apart is this right here when it comes on to video. Right now, I'm currently recording at 4K 60 on the front-facing camera. The Pixel 10 Pro XL shoots up to 8K, which is crazy. The iPhone doesn't do that. However, the iPhone 17 is rumored to start shooting 8K. Probably something I won't use. The platforms we use can't really sustain all that footage. But anyways, I'm running out of breath. As you can see, right now it looks super dark because I'm not facing the sun. Turn around here. Now we're facing the sun. Front-facing camera, audio test. How do we sound? To me, Pixel needs to do a lot of work. I am really big on video on mobile, so I shoot a lot of my video content on my iPhone 16 Pro, and right now if you're looking at this, it looks pretty fine, and maybe a lot of people won't complain until you start to compare and contrast. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. All right guys, so now we're on the rear cameras, both shooting 4K 60 FPS, and this is a good example of showing the background separation and how things look. I said before, these always end up going towards what color preference you like more. Sometimes I feel like the iPhone is overdoing the greens, the Pixel keeps it nice, and then sometimes I think the Pixel is not doing too good in terms of the blues, and I like the blues on the iPhone more. But let me know what you guys think. Let's peek over this beautiful view right here. Wow. And then if we punch out, we can see the difference, 0.5. It's still a little choppy on the Pixel. I really wanted to flip it around and we could see the difference with the ultra wide if I'm pointing it at myself. And also you could hear the mic quality as well. Spin this back around. Let's go to 1x on both. And yeah, this is the quality we're expecting from these devices. I personally just love the look of the iPhone. It's something that just, I don't know, no matter how good these smartphone cameras get, it's just hard to replicate that iPhone video footage. You could always tell when something is shot on the iPhone. It's just very smooth. The colors look very neutral and balanced. Other ones, like the Pixel, to me, sometimes it looks over sharpened, and then sometimes it looks darker in the saturation. I don't know. To me, it just needs a lot of work to get to that smooth video playback as the iPhone. All right, low light test of the front camera in the car with a Pixel 9 Pro XL. This is what I'm saying. The low light is not that good. This is another low light test. You can see the clear difference. Okay, so it's been a week with the Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and if I'm being completely honest with you guys, yes, I might switch back. I will be switching back over to the iPhone 17 Pro when it releases in September, and it's just the nature of the business. It's just what I do. I have to keep up with new technology. But my entire issue with Google Pixel or Android devices is software compatibility with social media apps. Let me explain. First off, I must say not a lot of people care if images uploading on Snapchat doesn't look good because it's from an Android device. I do, my audience do as well. Yes, I'm a content creator, I get paid. This is what I'm doing. This is my job right here. So when I post over on Snapchat, I get paid for that, right? Because I'm a Snap star. And if the image quality isn't looking good, people are gonna complain. Nobody wants to watch the stories. So that's another issue for me. Yes, the image quality looks really good if I post it on Instagram stories, no issue. But whenever I post stuff over on Snapchat, it just doesn't look good. Next up, small bugs. There's small bugs. I can assure you, if you're an iPhone user, soul-heartedly iPhone user, and you use stuff like Instagram, you're on Twitter, I get the most bugs on Instagram. Sometimes when I refresh, feeds don't load. Sometimes it's hard to click to view stories. And if I have any other creator friends out there, let me know down below in the comments, how's your switch over to Android working with social media apps? Because for me, that's the biggest headache. The phone itself, it's absolutely great. I've been loving this device. I love the small, new, upgraded features. Yes, if you're coming from a Pixel 9 Pro XL, you might not see the reason to upgrade because it's very minute changes. It looks the same almost. The cameras, yes, have been improved a little bit, but everything is mainly software focused. And I also think Google nailed it this year. It ships with Android 16, so I'm rocking Android 16 on my device right here, and it looks really, really good. Material 3 Expressive is also really nice. When you pull down the notifications, like all these little shades and tabs, the colors change. You could change your wallpaper. This is what I really love about Pixel, is that everything feels fresh and new. It's so customizable. You have the widgets, the haptic feedback you get. Everything on Material 3 is really, really good, and I love it. Next thing I really like is how bright this display gets. It's ridiculously bright, super sharp, very, very smooth. The speakers also has been improved, so that sounds nice as well. And overall, I think Google did a really good job in refreshing what the Pixel 9 Pro XL had and just hitting the nail on the head with the 10 Pro XL. Now, the big thing when it comes on to switching, a lot of people tend to complain about Apple ecosystem have me locked in, blah, 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 yada, yada. I used to use that excuse up until now. When I really sit back and look, there's not much really in terms of ecosystem. Google has everything that you need for the ecosystem, but yet again, it's the people around you. For example, when I switched over to the Pixel 10 Pro, I was just getting cooked straight off the bat. Boom, look, my boy Antu said, who's not an iPhone, Darren? Like 100% Shevon with his Android ass. Then to make things worse, boom, Brit went for tennis. Green text is crazy. I really can't escape this, bro. So yeah, it's not easy out here. Yes, I know we have RCS chat, but people on iPhone, they don't really know what that is, and Apple still shows the messages as green, so to them it's just an ick. But hey, that's just a North American issue. I personally mainly use WhatsApp for communication with my family and some of my closest friends. I barely use the text chat, but a lot of people here in North America still use iMessage and just text messages to communicate. Why? I don't know. That's a whole topic for another day. We also have small stuff like the extra RAM, larger battery capacity, the new Pixel Snap feature that allows a lot of Apple MagSafe devices to work. All of those are genuinely impressive new additions to the Pixel 10 Pro XL that I like. Now, will that break my iPhone habits to fully switch over to Android? Probably not, because the video is just not up to standard for me. The greens look a little bit darker. I look completely dark. And you guys know how much I'm big on my aesthetics and the video quality on social media. For me, the Pixel and Android needs to just work a lot more in the video department, especially in low light. But I will be testing this phone more, guys. This is just like my first week with it. Usually I take like 2-3 weeks to let the phone, you know, the battery learn my patterns and stuff like that before I do a full day in the life and in-depth review. If you want to see a day in the life or a week in the life with the Pixel 10 Pro XL, let me know down below in the comments, and I probably will be doing it in a new country. Wink wink, your boy could travel to a country that he has never been before. So let me know down below in the comments what country you think I could travel to now. And yeah, I'm excited for what the rest of the year has to offer and the new year coming soon, because it's gonna get real. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, love, peace, and tweaks, signing out.